Sir,
My bag, it's gonna have a 0 in it.
where is it in the bag?
Take it, man.
Just asking, where is it? Take the license out. Okay.
Turn around for change on your back. Okay.
Hiya, how's it going? My name is Eric Cardenas. I'm an attorney with Attorney Tom and Associates here in Houston, Texas, and this is another episode of Attorney Reacts. Today, I will be reacting to a video titled Sergeant Tries to Badge Himself Out of DUI by the YouTube channel Real World Police. So let's get right into it, shall we?
Hey, your license?
Yeah,
Right, sir.
my bag, it's gonna have a 0 in it.
0? Oh, okay. Where is it at?
Like that.
Okay. Is it? And you said the 0's in the bag?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Where is it in the bag?
Okay, and just to start off, like we do with any one of these police videos, in order for a police officer to conduct a traffic stop, they must have reasonable suspicion that a crime has been committed or that something is afoot. And so the reason that someone could be stopped are if they maybe ran a red light, stop sign, speeding. Any of those reasons are valid reasons for committing a stop. And then if during that time of the traffic stop that the officer has an inkling or a hunch that another crime is being committed, they can begin questioning to figure out whether or not something is afoot and whether or not another crime is present there. And then if they find out that another crime is being committed and have more than just reasonable suspicion, probable cause is required in order to make an arrest. And probable cause is a little bit higher of a threshold. It means that some sort of evidence has presented itself that a crime is being committed. So here, reasonable suspicion was found. We're about to find out why. But I think in the description it said he ran a red arrow. So that's enough to stop someone. And if during the stop he finds out that, you're drinking and driving and then DUI is a potential crime being committed, then he could continue.
Take it, man.
Just asking, where is it? Don't go in there. Is it in this pocket? All right.
In the bag.
Okay, all right. All right, cool. All right, just grab your wallet for me. Just grab the wallet. Okay.
Instead of a license, he shows his badge.
All right. Can you take your license out for me?
Citizens have while being questioned for potential DUI.
All right, just sit tight for a second. Yeah, so he's SO, so he's not sure, huh? Yeah. Okay. What's his name? There's Here's what? 0. Okay. So, yeah. So pretty much, right there, Centerville, Capital Circle, he's seen at the left turn signal, I guess it was taking too long on red, and he just went through it. Okay. So that's what I put him over for. Make a left turn on the red. And I got telling you, obviously, sexual slur, smell alcohol on his breath and everything, stuff like that. It's all good.
Okay, so we just found out the reason for the stop. Reasonable suspicion arose when he saw him go through the red light and didn't wait for it to turn green. And then sounds like once he started questioning, he smelled alcohol on his breath. And at that point, he's thinking, is a DUI happening here? He has reasonable suspicion to start questioning on behalf of that specific crime. And then he can only be arrested if probable cause arises. And that will only arise if during the questioning and, during sobriety tests, they find out that he is indeed under the influence.
The reason, because of this right here, I was like, yeah. Okay. She was just upset, already done the traffic stop and saying, we need to hurry up. I guess because they, people think they... Hey, sorry, you do first about the car? I got my sergeant back here. Talk to you for a second.
Right here, wait on.
I need you to come outside to my car.
No.
I need you to come outside the car. Come talk to me. Okay, all right, well, fine. You can stay here. I'll explain to you what's going on. I suspect that you are driving under influence tonight. Okay? Unfortunately. So, my sergeant talked to our lieutenant, and they're going to have an FSP DUI specialist come out and just evaluate you to see, to see if you're able to drive.
Right.
And then, if you're able to drive, you see you on the way.
Yeah.
If not, we go from there, okay?
Right.
All right. So, do me a favor, just sit tight.
All right.
All right, so let them know what's going on. You're being investigated and questioned for potentially driving under the influence. That is a crime in the state of Florida, where this takes place.
I guess he said he called one of our CPD people, but he said, I guess he called our lieutenant, I guess also. Okay, but like I said, hey.
Hey buddy, I'm live. Something about a FDLE or FHP switch? Yeah. Okay, awesome. Okay, they know where we're at and stuff. And so, they are just, it's taking too long. We've already called your watch commander. I'm like, I've already called her too. Can you have CAD?
331 call.
And the tag, it's Morgan. It's
yeah, sorry for a lot of waiting here, y'all.
OC, something.
Just trying
Whiskey
to get,
Mike, Sergeant.
I think they're just trying to get sorted out.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know him.
Who's going to conduct the
Yeah,
DUI
awesome. I
test?
appreciate it.
Or how
I
to handle
haven't
the fact
directed
that he
any
doesn't want
contact, but from what I understand,
to voluntarily comply.
All right, thanks, sir. Yes. Hey, Pope. Hey, Lieutenant, I'm live. Yes, Jamie called me, gave me the details. He's on the FHP officer's on the way from probably the 90 area, wherever Jamie and them are doing their detail thing at. Yes, ma'am. I'll let you know as soon as FHP's got to get here. They're about 15 minutes out, and then they'll do that, and I'll give you the update.
Okay, so it's coming out while we're waiting.
Give me
They're
the
waiting on
update.
someone to come and conduct this
told
ride
her Jamie's
test.
already called. Yeah, Kirsty's got another one of those. Somebody was sending messages over the internet.
His lights are
saying they were
not
gonna kill
giving me a
themselves.
seizure.
So he's tracked it down.
I was
Hypnotized
able to
by
make contact with the
something.
kid. That is him that's in the notes.
Apologies to anyone
He's saying
who
he's
has
out of
light
town, but
sensitivity.
if we could just, I guess, get a
Because
Northwest
most of the
real
video
quick
so
to check
far has
his,
just been us staring at these lights.
I
I guess
got it.
I just use this time to
Police
discuss
323,
DUI and how you get convicted.
especially the females.
Technical.
Florida, obviously, it's
A little
illegal
bit.
to operate a
I
motor
think
vehicle while under the
When
influence
we
of
were
alcohol
working
or
on it, he had already
substances.
was familiar with a lot of different databases and stuff that we were searching.
If you drove
Being
or
able to
in
know there
physical
was
control of the
ways to
vehicle,
do the search warrants,
and while you're driving that
to get
vehicle,
additional
you were
information,
under the
location,
influence of
and all that.
alcohol, or chemical substances, or controlled substance, or you had a
Trooper gets
blood
here, just like
alcohol
when I came up, just give
level
the
of
story
over
and let
0.08,
them know everything's going on and your concerns and everything
you
else.
be
When
convicted
needed,
of a
whether
driving
that's
under
blocking
influence
red or
crime.
So what are we doing now?
yes, sir.
What are we doing?
FHP's coming to talk to you, and then go from there.
FHP is?
Yes, sir.
Generally, also, you're not supposed to get out of your car unless they've asked you or given you permission to. That's a little bit of privilege on the part of the sergeant there.
Clerk speech. And then the way he was kind of walking when he was going out.
So they're seeing that he was walking a little wobbly too. Again, this is all evidence that he is potentially driving under influence. They're trying to see if they have probable cause to make this arrest.
Hey, good. How you doing, sir?
Was not able to make contact with the child.
All right, I'm live too. Okay, this vehicle right here, I observed it make a left turn on red on a left turn signal. So that's what made me initiate the traffic stop.
A left turn.
Left turn, yeah. So it was a left turn signal on red, and he made a left. He went through the light.
Okay.
Signal. So that's why I initiated the traffic stop. I go there, ask for identification, provide me ID, and then he also identified himself as a nigga sergeant of the Leon County Sheriff's Department.
Is he?
Yes.
Okay.
So, I noticed he has strong alcohol on his breath. He has slurred speech, and he has bloodshot going to the eyes. So that's what okay.
Do you have a supervisor on the scene?
Yeah, my sergeant's up there. He's right there. And he does have a 0 in the back of the car in the backpack.
I got you.
Yes, sir.
Stop.
So come back over here for a second.
Okay.
You see?
Yes, that's it. I'll go now.
No, but you're also boots on. No, but you're going to go through the walk stand.
Where I started, it'll be over.
Real quick, I just wanted to say that Attorney Tom / Attorney Reacts content is now on Spotify. We just launched a partnered show, link in the description. Go check it out. Now, back to the video.
Stand back over here. Where are you going to rest?
Okay,
Turn
so
around,
it
James,
looks
on
like,
your back. Okay.
looks like they didn't even have to conduct a sobriety test because, as we can see in the video, he was clearly just stumbling, couldn't even stand still without wobbling around, almost tripped coming up onto the sidewalk, onto the curb there.
You have anything on you we need to know about?
Yeah, 1911.
I know what 1911 is. I just do not want to. You got one chamber?
Absolutely. There'll be a boat anchor. Please don't point it at her. Like you just did. Hey, Ben. Ben.
What's going on? Apparently, Tallahassee Police Department stopped. Okay. Based on their observation, they felt he was caught. And I was operating.
Come here.
They wanted to remove themselves because they weren't in the city.
Commendable so far. So obviously the officers are
I won't
confident
do
scene.
anything wrong. I promise.
They're trying their best, I think, to maintain a level of professionalism to conduct this traffic stop.
Please don't hurt me like that. Come on.
1808 morning for lane 180, morning for lane from complaint advisors, loud music,
We go way back.
engine revving and yelling at the president. The complainant left their name but does not want contact.
You know, what's interesting here is that the sergeant here who was pulled over, first we were dealing with two different law enforcement agencies. We're dealing with Tallahassee Police Department and Leon County Sheriff's Department. And so they were, the sergeant, the person who is being pulled over, Sergeant Wisaki, he works for the Leon County Sheriff's Office. And then the person who pulled him over was a member of the Tallahassee Police Department. And so what they did was, instead of them conducting the DUI check, they called the Florida State Highway Patrol. And I think the reason behind this, and it's commendable as well, is that Tallahassee Police Department and the Leon County Sheriff's Office work very closely together. And so they wanted to remove any sort of conflict of interest, any sort of impartiality that may be given, and hand this over to the Florida State Highway Patrol, that it does not work as closely those organizations. So that's what's happening here. So there's now a third law enforcement agency, which is the Florida State Highway Patrol, and that's the person who is conducting traffic stop and then the arrest and handcuffing of the sergeant here.
Since work, can you show us one thing?
25 yards from the house.
Hi, Serena. I finally located the mom. She is working at McAllen Medical Center in Texas.
He is quite the slow walk right now. Very quiet. It seems like he's off, probably feels some shame behind it, naturally so. I mean, he originally tried to show his badge to try to get off it, potentially look the other way, but really not the case here for Sergeant Wisaki.
Let me clear it. Stop walking around. Stand right there.
Okay.
Regan, the guys on
Can
there.
one of you guys super regal? Because we couldn't get someone to come pick them up or the vehicle up, and we didn't want to tow the vehicle. She's going to drive to the house and drop you off and follow her and give her a ride back. Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna let's even secure.
Unit back 65, guys. Five way in now. 10-4.
We're doing cook.
540-65. The location got updated to just Mahan and Riggin. So now it's Mahan and Riggin. Complainant advised there's a Traffic crash at the intersection, possible injuries. The caller was a passenger driver.
Briefly, what happened? I'm going to go ahead and jot it down while you're talking.
Okay.
But just tell me what happened as far as the stop, the interaction with them, and everything.
Okay. I was traveling southbound Capitol Circle, and I was getting ready to make a left here onto Centerville Road.
Capitol Circle in Centerville.
Yes. I noticed the red truck in the left, the red Jeep in the left turn lane, and it had a red traffic signal.
Okay, so at Centerville and Capitol Circle at Centerville.
Yes.
Was it a left arrow?
Left arrow was red. So as I got behind him, he proceeded to go through the right after it was still red. So I turned on my emergency blue lights and went behind him through the red light and initiated a traffic stop.
Okay.
So
How did he react when you turned on the lights?
he initially got to the left lane, and then he rolled up, came across here, which came across, that's Centerville Road. Once you cross here, this is Unoriginal right here.
Okay, so when he made the turn, he took the inside lane.
He took the outside lane, then went to the inside lane.
So he failed. So when he made the left turn, he took a real wide left turn.
Mm-hmm.
So he took the outside lane. So
right.
Wide left turn. Okay, then that's after you lit him up.
That's that lit him up, right,
Okay.
right. And then he proceeded to go straight. So at this whole time, I'm still behind him, and then we crossed over here, which is Buford, into Winali, and this is where he came back to the right lane, probably right.
What is that? Buford right there?
Yeah, Buford's right there. Because Buford's going that way, Centerville's going back up that way.
Right, I got the next one.
Correct.
Okay, so you crossed, so you're talking about at least another 1/10 of a mile?
Correct.
Okay, and then stopped here?
Correct. That's where our final stop was.
Okay, then when you made contact, what happened there?
So I made contact. His first comment was, I have a signal 0. So, and that's where I initially smelled the strong alcohol and from his breath. And glossy eyes, bloodshot eyes. And I asked him where it was. He said it was in his backpack. It seemed like he had difficulty telling me where exactly what his backpack was.
Glassy eyes, that you said?
Yes.
So first thing he said was, I have a gun on me. It's in my backpack.
Okay, the signal says in backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, he had difficulty, as to where the backpack was, it seemed like he had difficulty explaining it to me. So the front passenger, which I believe is his wife, finally says in behind his seat, which she reached back and got his backpack for him and brought up for
Difficulty in communication.
Correct. So that's because I was asking where his wallet was too, and he kept on saying in the back. He said in the backpack with him. So he brought the backpack up front and was like, I kept on asking him where was the gun in the pocket, and eventually I guess he had difficulty understanding me. Eventually he just opened up the compartment where his wallet was and pulled it out.
His wallet?
Yeah, his wallet.
Okay.
So I told him, pull out his ID. He gave me his wallet. I said, no, you give me your ID. So he finally pulled out his ID.
So you asked for ID in his wallet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So he finally gave me his wallet, his ID, and then at the same time, I guess he flipped it over to the point where I saw his badge.
Right.
Then I found himself as
So that's what we're seeing here.
How was
Is that
his
when he asked for the ID, he
his
instead
demeanor
volunteered the
initially,
badge.
when I got to him, was me.
Which
Like I
is
said,
not what he
that's
asked
normal.
for.
He wasn't rude or anything. It was just a regular.
numbers? Okay.
Yeah.
He was basically, he was like an average person.
Average person. But then when I started holding him up and I was explaining to him what, at that point I came back to my car.
Okay.
And then I was back here because I was like, I need to call my sergeant.
Right. Would you describe him in a mood swing?
I would say that, and eventually it came to like I saw the mood swings.
Okay. I'm just asking that mood swing.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm asking that. Like, in other words, I'm not going to put the words in your mouth. The way you describe that, it sound like.
Well, because eventually it came out, because before you got here, he came back.
Is that wet spot where did he urinate at? Oh, I see it up there.
In front of us,
I see it. I see it. So when you called your sergeant and the sergeant called us because you wanted to remove yourself.
I called my sergeant,
Okay.
and then my sergeant called the lieutenant, and then at that point, that's how
Okay. Your chain of command
chain of command, yes.
ended up requesting us.
Correct.
Okay. All right. I'm with you on all that. Did you see anything about his movements?
His movement, he did get out the car. We did notice he was kind of, he had difficulty walking, swing, so he's like taking like wide steps to like maintain his balance.
You said wide steps.
Yeah.
Anything about his speech?
The speechless alert, yes.
Did you observe him I'm just asking, that little incident right at the curb, you were standing there?
When he urinated?
No, I'm talking about when I was talking.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
What did you see?
Well, I saw him try to step on the curb and he kind of like tripped.
Yeah.
Yeah, go back. Yeah, he
Okay,
did that.
just make sure you saw that. Right there. He's in my car. I know that name. He's got. I was just trying to talk to him. Here, I'm still gonna need a supplement from you.
Okay.
It'd be your benefit to give me
Yeah, I still got it.
and I need a case number.
Yeah, because I do forward.
What's your case number?
Let me see, get my dispatch.
Give me the time of stop, time of the case number, and I'll get hard times when I went on scene.
Okay. Let me just grab that from my car so we can start up on the radio.
Looks like we're dealing with mostly administrative things in the last bit of this video here. Not much more of a legal analysis. I don't think is going to pop up, but we'll see. There was nothing really off here. I think the officers did indeed conduct this stop and then the eventual arrest in a proper way. One thing I was curious about as to why they didn't conduct a full sobriety test, but I'm guessing they're going to get a blood sample, do a blood alcohol test once he's at the station. So thank y'all for watching that video with me. Sorry that there was quite a bit of waiting and talking, but from our analysis, from my analysis, it does seem that it was a pretty routine traffic stop. You know, the sergeant ran the red light in front of a police officer who then conducted the stop. At that point, he doesn't know that he's dealing with a law enforcement officer because he's in a civilian vehicle, his Jeep. That gave him the right to conduct a stop, and then after that, immediately upon talking to him, he smells the alcohol in the breath. And so then he has reasonable suspicion to believe that he's potentially driving under the influence. He's now allowed to start questioning to determine if probable cause is going to arise. And probable cause, again, is required to determine whether or not someone could be arrested for a crime. And here, during that questioning, it was obviously very clear that he was under the influence. And he tried to show his badge probably to get preferential treatment, which the officers did not oblige him with. And I think it's really essential to note that law enforcement officers, just like any individual or any citizen, are subject to the same laws and penalties for breaking those laws. Here, the sergeant tried to use his badge, tried to use his power to get out of that same levying of the law, that same equal justice, that everyone is supposed to be, analyzed and subjected to the same legal standards. So I'm very curious as to see whether or not the sergeant will be facing other consequences other than driving under the influence, maybe administrative, disciplinary actions for trying to do that. We'll see. But regardless, it really was a good stop here. There wasn't really anything fishy. Could have been, but instead they did their job, brought in someone else, brought in a third law enforcement agency that wasn't so close to them, that wouldn't be biased, and they conducted the stop, conducted the arrest. It was done. So thank y'all very much for watching another episode of Attorney Reacts with me. Again, my name is Eric Cardenas. You can find me on social media at Eric Cardenas Law, and give us your thoughts in the comments on whether you think the officer here should have tried to get out of it with his badge, whether you think the officers should have conducted the traffic stop the way they did, or whether you think they actually did a fair job here. Let us know what you think, and we'll see you next time.
Big verdict.